The experiences we have in our journey through life will sometimes challenge us or empower us to chase after the dreams and success we have. But each person's experiences shape them differently, and I'd like to take you through mine. First and foremost, I want to start out with a Latin phrase that, while can be hard to say, has a very powerful meaning, and that is experientia docet. This simply means experience teaches. A good example of the way experience teach us is our teenage years. When we think of the year we turn 16, we think of fun, thrilling, crazy experiences. But I can't exactly say that the year I turned 16 was fun or thrilling, though it was a bit crazy. Um, that year I was admitted into the emergency room for complications with my abdomen. And while I was being treated there, I had an amazing physician's assistant take care of me. And her compassion and hardworking nature, um, it just lit a spark into what I wanted to do. It opened my eyes to the medical world and specifically the job of what a PA does. And so with that spark lit, I transitioned into high school and I took classes that fueled me. In my health science classes, I took every available one at my high school, and I scored high in all of them. And then I was presented the opportunity to join the HOSA Club, which is the Health Occupation Student of America Club. And and there I was nominated as president. And I also advanced to nationals in a competition where I showcased my research skills along with my suturing skills. Um, and so with all this success and hard work behind me, I wanted to move that on with me through college. And at first in college, I was good. I was successful with my grades. My grades were high. Um, and then an experience happened that is the most personal experience I have, and it really made me feel powerless. I found out that my 20-year-old brother had been murdered by somebody I knew, somebody who he called his best friend. And it absolutely shook me. It shook my whole world. It shook the world of my family, and even shook the small town community that we have. Um, and so, with my brother gone, I turned into this numb, kind of lonely, depressed, not wanting to do anything person, and that wasn't me. I was usually a bubbly, friendly, involved student, and because I had really just felt so numb and unmotivated to do anything, my grades began to decline. And I ended up withdrawing from my first semester of college. And as a well-rounded student, that was absolutely devastating to me. And so I had a lot of extra time to think. And so naturally, I thought of the experiences that my brother and I had made together. And one that really popped out in my mind was when he graduated. He had told me, he had said, "Listen, I know that you are smart and your dreams, they are so big and you will be successful. You just have to work hard and use the brain that God gave you." And while this was probably the most cheesiest and the nicest thing my brother had ever said to me, I knew that he was right, and I knew that I had to get back up. And while this news had absolutely shaken my whole world, I had to somehow put that together. And so remembering his words gave me a bit of power. And with that power, I signed back up for classes in the spring semester, and I decided to get back involved. And I knew that being involved being motivated to do these things would help me achieve my goals and be successful. And so I had retaken a class, and it was my instructor's class, and she had told me that with my past leadership experiences and skills that I was going to do Skills USA. And not so much she asked me to do it, but more so she told me to do it. And so I did it, and I was able to look back and see how my unique journey, how my unique experience has molded me and empowered me into the person that I am. And while I know I'm still healing, I also know that I'm blossoming back into that person. And so I want to thank my instructor, but I also want to thank you and and Skills USA for allowing me to look back on the beautiful experiences that have empowered me.